Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and I've got this article from The Guardian, and it's from May 19th. And it says, Top of the World. Black climbing team makes history as first to scale Mount Everest. And going right there to that word black, we know nobody is black. We're Israelites. We're not black people. Their skin is brown. But, this world insists on calling us black. But anyway, I thought this article was spiritual because it shows the ascent of Jacob as well as the descent of Esau. And as we know, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the entire world. And this team made history by summiting it as an all-Israelite team. So 7 members reached the summit with the hope of inspiring the next generation of, I'm just going to go ahead and replace that word, black, with Israelite outdoor enthusiasts. The first all-Israelite climbing group to reach the summit of Mount Everest was recovering back at the bottom of the mountain on Thursday and celebrating a journey to the top of the world. Because Jacob will soon be at the top. 7 members of the U.S.-led team made it to the top of the mountain in one expedition, greatly increasing the number of Israelite people who have summited the world's highest peak from 10 to 17 out of about 10,000 in total. And so this is a huge accomplishment to not only just, climb Mount Everest. It's lots of people have died trying to climb Mount Everest. But to do it together and as a team is, I call it a feat. I think it's pretty amazing that this was done. And I started following this a few months ago when I first saw some articles about it. And there were lots of comments from, of course, Edomites saying that they wouldn't be able to do it because it's too hard and just required so much skill. But as we see, they did do it. The underdogs are now at the top of the mountain. And I can't really say that every single one of them is actually an Israelite, but for the sake of this lesson, we are going to assume that they are. But there's not too much more to it than that team summited Mount Everest as a group of Israelites. And so we're going to go straight to the scriptures, and this is Isaiah 2, and I'm going to start at verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. And these mountains are referring to governments. It shall be exalted above the hills, as in smaller governments, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. And so, this is just showing the prophecy of the Lord establishing himself above all these puny little governments here and bringing Jacob back up to the top of the world, as that article said. I go to Lamentations 4 and 21, because this is showing the descent of the Edomites and the ascent of the Israelites. It's Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and that cup being a cup of everything terrible, being a cup of the curses and torments. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked, as in exposed and shamed. And that is the Edomites' descent down from where they are right now, from the top of the mountain. And it's a long, terrible trip back down. But as for Jacob, verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, because we've been in such a low state, because we've been under the Deuteronomy curses from 15 all the way down. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And as it said, he's going to put all these curses onto them that hate us, onto our enemies. And so the Edomites are actually starting to feel just the very, very beginning of these curses, especially with the low birth rate, both low birth rates and this drug epidemic that they have with the painkillers and all that stuff, and their kingdom falling, and it's falling fast. They go to Obadiah, and this whole chapter is about the Edomites and their descent. This is Obadiah 1:16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. And that's going back to that cup, the cup of the curses and torments and everything terrible. And where it says, and they shall be as though they had not been. If you go to Psalms 83, it says, it speaks of the heathen and how they tried to take Israel's name out of remembrance. And so all that is going to turn around onto them, onto their heads. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, because the saints shall take the kingdom. And that's showing that descent of the heathen and the descent of the Edomites, as well as the ascent or the Israelites going to the top of the mountain above all people. I'm going to skip down to verse 21. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh's. This is Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. And this is speaking of Babylon, but as we know, Babylon and the Edomites, their fates are intertwined. So as Babylon falls, the Edomites fall, and vice versa. I'm going to start over. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, because they destroy everything. They're like hell and its death, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks. And that is their descent, them coming down off that top position from the top of the mountain. And will make thee a burnt mountain, because Babylon's destiny is to be destroyed by ICBMs. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, because they will not rise after this fall. But thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord Yahweh. And so, just going back to that article really quick, I just thought it was a little spiritual to show Jacob ascending and Esau descending. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.